Kenya was in the headlines for all the right reasons. It was a weekend filled with inspiration as President Obama addressed the nation and global entrepreneurs shared their ideas. The question remains, what next for the country? Well, here is more.
Niaje, Wasi. How are you?
Greetings, Kenyan style. US President Barack Obama was in his element as he co-chaired the Global Entrepreneurship Summit held in Nairobi.
Today, Kenya is the largest economy in East Africa. High-speed broadband and mobile connectivity are on the rise, unleashing the entrepreneurial spirit of even more Kenyans. Every day around the world, millions of people send and save money with M-Pesa. And it's a great idea that started here in Kenya. From Zimbabwe to Bangladesh, citizens work to keep elections safe using crowdsourcing platform Ushahidi. And that's a great idea that started right here in Kenya. Here in Nairobi, startup incubators are nurturing new businesses every day, maybe some of yours, each with the potential to be the great next Kenyan innovation.
During the forum, young entrepreneurs from around the world had the opportunity to showcase their innovations as well as pitch to investors.
It was a great experience. It was a great honor to meet both President Obama and President Uhuru on the same stage and to share a platform with them and to use that platform to talk about the work that I do with Akira Chicks. And I felt very honored to be representing young African entrepreneurs, especially the women. So I feel very privileged.
In his speech, Uhuru Kenyatta reaffirmed the government's position on economic ties with development partners.
In this new paradigm, we cannot afford the luxury of the old language of East versus West. As for Kenya, we are aligned to neither. We are firmly and irreversibly aligned to progress.
There was also some good news for women entrepreneurs, not only in the country, but also in the African continent.
The United States Overseas Private Investment Corporation is contributing $100 million to support Goldman Sachs' 10,000 Women initiative, making more capital available to women-owned enterprises around the world. We've already helped build a network of more than 1,600 women entrepreneurs across Africa. We're launching 3 women's entrepreneurial centers, one in Zambia, one opening later this year here in Nairobi, and I'm proud to announce that the 3rd center will be located in Mali.
The summit came at a time that Kenya had been in the limelight for all the wrong reasons, especially following terror attacks.
You are all aware that nearly 2 years ago, the Westgate Mall in Nairobi was the scene of a heartbreaking act of criminal brutality. To the world, it became an emblem of extremist violence and terrorism. I am proud to inform you that a week ago, this mall reopened and its flagship store proceeded to record more sales on the first day of opening than on any other day in the mall's history.
However, this did not deter President Obama, who visited the country days after his government had issued a fresh travel alert.
I recognize the concerns and I do think that despite the seriousness of the terrorist threat posed by al-Shabaab, that in part because of media attention, probably even more than travel advisories, that threat can oftentimes be exaggerated. And that's unfortunate. And part of my answer, I guess, to that problem is to come here and visit and to show this extraordinary country and the extraordinary progress that's been made.
There are also some pertinent issues that came to the fore, and in a quick rejoinder, the US President assured Kenya of his support.
With respect to direct flights, there are very specific protocols and security issues that have to be worked through and sorted out. We sent representatives of our Department of Transportation and Homeland Security to work with Kenyan officials. I think real progress has been made.
A move that is expected to turn around the fortunes of Kenya's ailing tourism sector.
Obviously, if we have direct flights from the US, and the US is our second biggest market, we think that would really boost the tourism sector, because a lot of our clients complain about the long flights, from the US. And that's number one. It should be also, obviously, hopefully, reduce the cost of travel between the two countries.
For young entrepreneurs like Judith, who runs an organization that empowers women to venture into ICT, did the summit live up to its expectations?
We've not gotten any any investments, but interest, we've definitely gotten a lot of interest. The thing about investment is you have to do a lot of follow-up. I don't think it just falls on your plate just like that. There's still the due diligence that has to go, but that definitely put us in a very good position. It gave us credibility, and even for the investments and the funding we were pursuing, this definitely puts us at a greater position. So now it's up to us to follow up on the different connections we made, the different funders, the different leads. I think the ball now is in our court. The government did its part.
President Kenyatta also highlighted what the country has to offer, and the forum was an endorsement of Kenya's economic progress.
I encourage all of you to go out and see for yourselves the enchanting beauty and promise of this country. You will without a doubt discover that Kenya is a hotbed of vibrant culture, spectacular natural beauty, a wonderful people with infinite possibility. Let the world hear a very simple message, that the narrative of African despair and indignity is false and indeed was never true.
The summit, especially being attended by the President of the United States, meant that we managed to position Kenya and to get the rest of the world to notice what Kenya has been doing, especially the last 2 years. And so for us, this was a major endorsement for our country, for what we've been doing in terms of entrepreneurship, in terms of positioning Kenya as an entry point to East Africa and Central Africa.
Even as President Obama made his exit and Kenyans were left inspired, it remains clear that Kenya cannot be ignored in the global economic agenda.
When you go home, and indeed as you travel around the world, tell those who you meet about what you've seen here in Kenya. Share your experiences and let them know that Africa is open and ready for business.
I want you all to know that I believe in you. I believe that you have the drive and the passion to change the world. You can unlock new solutions to the pressing global challenges that we face. I believe that. I believe that as you make these innovations, you'll make life better for all of us. And I'm looking forward to being your partner in that process.